Good morning, class. Today is our 4 objective days. We're actually going to just take 2. We already took a look at 2 of them from the other day, meter and rhyme. And we'll touch on that when we get to our story tomorrow. And then as well as figurative language, we already touched on simile and metaphor. Those are 2 ways of making figurative language. So today we're going to concentrate on point of view and lyrical poetry and haikus. Now, these are the definitions for these 2 different types of poems that we're going to have this week. A lyric poetry expresses the thoughts and feelings of the poet. And that's what we've been talking about. When we get a point of view, we're going to see that's how they think or feel about a subject. It also has rhyming and constant meter. So you're going to have that rhythm in there. Da-da, 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 da-da. So those rhythms are in there. Okay? So the rhyming words will be at the end. If we look back to our Eagle poem, and I'll turn the page so you can see it. Our Eagle poem ended with hands, lands, and stands. Obviously, those rhyming words would give it a good indication that it was a lyrical poem. Crawls, walls, falls. So this is a lyrical poem here. Our other type of poem this week is a haiku. A haiku uses 3 short lines, just 3, to describe a scene or a moment. Okay, so we got to describe a nature scene or a scene maybe at the Capitol or a moment in history. The first line always has 5 syllables, not 5 words, 5 syllables. For example, syllables is a 3-syllable word. Okay? And a second line of 7 syllables. And so there's an example of a haiku. It's the rat one. Listen to the syllables. Teeth like jackhammers. 5. I chew through concrete for fun. 7. Bring the outdoors in. 5. 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables. Now I think haikus are sometimes fun to write because it's nice to try to fit in words. If jackhammers wouldn't fit there, I could have put just like hammers and got rid of the jack part, and I would have only had 2 syllables. And that would have fit if it needed 1 or less more. Okay? All right. So let's take a look at our text evidence. The Eagle is a lyrical poem because it tells how the poet feels about eagles. It also has rhymes and a constant meter. Dog is a haiku because the lines are 5, 7, 5 syllables. Let's look at the dog one. A brown boomerang. 5. My dog flies off. Art is his way. Back into my arms. 5, 7, 5. The poet describes the eagle as close to the sun in lonely lands. I wonder if the poet feels like eagle is above other creatures in other ways. All right, well, let's take a look at a nautilus. Now, that's kind of a strange word for a very strange animal, a nautilus. The strangest creature in the sea. Some say the 8-legged octopus. The oddest always seems to me to be the baffling nautilus. So this one's got rhyming, but notice they're not every line. C and me, we'd call that A, and octopus and nautilus, B, B. So the rhyme pattern sometimes is A, B, B. This one is A, B, B. He peeks out of his spiral shell while sailing on a backward trail. He doesn't seem to know too well how best to steer his puzzling ship. So again, we got A, B, rhyme scheme here. This is a nautilus. Now I'm going to, after we're done with all of our work, the 3rd video will be a video of this nautilus in the sea, and you get to see, yeah, it is kind of strange, or amazing creation of God, and how it goes backwards. Another fish that goes backwards is a crayfish. If you ever get close to a crayfish, it's got the tentacles in front, but then it whips its tail underneath and it flies backwards to escape danger, similar to the nautilus. All right, well, let's check out our assignment today. It's just 3 short questions here. What makes this poem a lyrical poem? So if I go back to lyric, you got expresses the thoughts and feelings of the poet. Did they do that? Oh yeah, he doesn't seem to know too well how best to steer his puzzling ship. So he's got this feeling about the Nautilus not maybe knowing, or it often end rhymes with constant meter. So you could put either of those there, but this one talks about rhyme scheme. So maybe save the rhyming for this. So you could talk about the poet's feeling towards the Nautilus here, or you could talk about how he feels towards the Nautilus. Well, I think he thinks it's the oddest, so I'm going to write that one. The author feels, and there's my keyword, feels, like the Nautilus is the oddest creature in the sea. What's the rhyme scheme? Now I'm not going to write this answer, you guys can write it down, but our rhyme scheme is A, B, A, B. And that's what I put in a sentence. The rhyme scheme of this poem is A, B, A, B. Period. And then what does the poet think about the Nautilus? And so here's how he feels. First of all, we said he thinks he's the oddest, and we also said that he doesn't seem to know too well how best to steer his ship. So he travels backwards, which is kind of weird. So I would pick those two things and put them in complete sentences there. Don't forget your name at the top of the paper. Complete sentences. I left a few for you because it's the second quarter and we're stopping to do so many assignments for you, for guiding you. God bless your day. Stay tuned for the second video for our second objective and the third video for the cool video of the Nautilus.